Everyone, welcome back to Car Fix. We're back on the EUFY ROBOVAC, where if you watched the previous video, if you haven't, it shows you the 3 most common reasons for the 4 beep issues with these. This one I'm going to go into more in depth of how to remove the motor and either see if it's faulty or clean the internals of the motor and gearbox to allow the rollerbrush to start working in. Because just a quick recap is 4 beeps will either be a battery issue. It does tell you on the back of the dust tray. So, whoops, and now I've got dust everywhere. So 4 beeps with a flashing indicator is probably going to be a battery issue. 4 beeps with a solid red light will be a rollerbrush issue. And I can't keep this in my hand. I'm throwing it all over the place, but it can stay down there for now. So I was having a solid light rollerbrush issue on mine. Quickly, if we spin it over, the first things to do is obviously first take the rollerbrush out. I'll quickly go over this because I do mention it in my last video about the brush, but this just pulls out. But a lot of the time, the fault with this brush will be that there's too much hair, dirt, grime wound up in here and in this bearing. On this here, the side with the gold bearing in there through the shaft, it's just to pull off. It might be stiff the first time, you might need some pliers or something just to pull it, but you can pull it off like so. Just wiggle it off, he says. So there we go, yep. So now you have the black plastic end off. There's the shaft. So around that, you need to take any hair that's wrapped around it, cut it off, get rid of it. And then in the bearing part, you can see the gold bearing inside. That's just press fitted in there. So you can get a small screwdriver or something in there. This just pulls out, easy as that. And inside that little hole there, I know it's hard to see, but in there you might have a lot of hair that's stopping the bearing from rotating. Get rid of all the hair and dirt and grime out of there, push the bearing back in, and then it's as simple as shoving it back on the shaft there, and your roller will more than likely work okay again. But this is for the more in-depth one where we think there is a problem with the actual motor. So, first of all, take the top off, take the roller brush out, and take the brushes off. They just all pull out. And when this is upside down, you won't be able to see if that rotates when it's on. So what I do is turn it on, and you can just put your finger, so you want it on the part that rotates the brush. So if you can see it there, that spins to spin the brush. It's like a little square. I put it down, put my finger into the square like so, just tip it up so the sensors think that it's on a flat surface, and press the go button, and within a second or two you should feel that spin. And there, it is spinning on mine because I've already previously fixed it. But what you'll find is if that doesn't spin within a minute of it going around, you'll think it's working. It'll do the 4 beeps and it'll continuously do it and do it and do it. I'm not entirely sure what sensor it is on the bottom of here. I've tried holding the wheels down, but that doesn't work. There must be, I think it's probably that sensor there. I don't know if you cover that up, you can maybe see it. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if you cover that sensor at the front there, you can see that the roller brush is spinning, and now it's kicking off because obviously it's upside down. So I'll just do that again. So cover the sensor up, press the go button, and hopefully you can see down there that that is rotating. So that in effect means that my roller brush is working. Yours may never start, it may start and be slow, but the 4 beep issue, if you've done this part with the roller brush, then it's more likely to do with the gearbox and the motor. Anyway, that's enough talk about the actual issue. Let's get into getting this apart and actually looking at the problem. So there's a load of screws to undo. I have pre-undone a lot of them. So there's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. And there's the 2 battery case screws, and there's also 4 screws on the front. 6 screws on the front of the bumper bar. So first of all, just disconnect the battery, so easy enough. Probably fast forward through this, because it's just disassembly. So yeah, whip out the battery, just press fit, and then we need to get rid of the rest of the screws. Like I say, I've taken most of these out to try and speed the video up a bit, so I've got to find out which ones I put back in. Get those out. The bottom of this bumper bar then will be able to be lifted off, and under the bumper bar there's 2 more screws, one there and one there. So it is a simple disassembly really. It's just a Phillips screwdriver is all you need, maybe a couple of different sizes, and you should be able to flip it over, catch your screws if you haven't got a magnetic screwdriver, and the bumper should come off, and in there's a cable which should just be a pull fit, and it pulls away. Then the lid should lift off if I've got rid of all the screws. Like so, easy as that. And there's the lid gone. Actually, it's dusty mess in here. We'll clean that up, but this is what you're after, the motor here that connects to the rollerball that actually spins this rotor around. So this is what we're looking at getting out, and this is just one screw which is here. So undo that screw, and the cable here, the black and red cable that goes from the motor into the board, it's just another pull fit, and it should just pull out. Simple as that. So I'll give you a bit of a closer look at this. So in there you can see that's where the rotor, the roller brush goes into, and the motor then spins that via some gears and a belt to spin that, to spin the brush. So that's what I had my finger on when I was underneath testing if the brush was actually moving, if you were wondering. It's probably unlikely the motor's burnt out. If the motor's burnt out, there's nothing you can do about this. You'll have to buy a new one. I think they're like 20 quid on eBay. You can even get them off the actual EUFY website, this replacement. But my problem was, as you can see, there's a brush there. You can test this by turning it, and it'll probably be very difficult for you to see, but the shaft will turn. I actually put a permanent mark on there so I could see if it was turning. And before doing this fix, it wasn't. I don't know if you can see that now. The permanent mark spinning around on there, but it is turning. But anyway, let's get this video on. So 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on the gearbox. Take them out. Quite easy to repair. Clean these blockages, which is pretty nice. Sometimes it's nice into. Take 4 screws out. And you can lift away the top of the gearbox and the belt. So in there you can see there's a gear. That obviously turns the shaft of the motor. So in there you need to make sure there's no hair or anything all around that gear, and it can free spin. You should easily be able to just put your fingers on there and spin that. There should be no real resistance. It should spin nice and easily. So clean all out in there. I had a lot of hair wrapped around that, and then on the actual gearbox side you'll see there's another gear there attached to what the rollerball attaches to. And on mine, I had hair all up inside this, all down there, all around this edge. And obviously it was causing friction. So when the roller brush is on the carpet and it's trying to turn, there's a lot of resistance, and it senses that, and that's why it stops. Obviously you can check the condition of the belt. My belt is fine, but obviously if you've got a broken belt, or if a lot of the teeth are maybe missing, that'll be making it slip and also not work. So you'd have to buy either a new belt if you can get hold of them, or a new motor gearbox mechanism. But that is really it. I know it's a bit of disassembly, but it's actually usually an easy fix to get in here and clear any hair, dirt and debris from the 2 gears and the belt inside the motor housing. Reassemble, put the belt back on. It take you maybe 10-20 minutes. You can clear out your roller brush at the same time, clear out the motor, and you'll be 99.9% of the time, the Rollerbrush error will be fixed. I think the only problem you'll have is if the motor is actually dead, then you'll need to buy a new motor. And to test a motor, I'm not going to show you how to do this on this video. You can go away and look at a new video, but you'll probably need some sort of external power supply to power it and see if it spins up when it's not in the circuit. But yeah, I'll keep the video short. If you like these videos, if it's helped you out, hit the like, favourite, subscribe. It does me a favour. Post them on your socials, whatever. Tell other people about the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.